for the whole body. And what I used to say is, when people used to ask me a long time ago, why do I like Pilates? What's it like? I would say, it's like getting a workout, getting a massage, and meditating all in an hour.
One of the things I feel, seeing I've done it a number of times, I feel like I'm an inch or two taller. It's just there's a whole posture thing going on, isn't there, that you learn?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what I feel. I feel that we are here to actually make the difference in our clients' life. That's how I feel. Change their postures, change their life, change the way. I want to change the way that they see the bodies, the way that they feel. Yeah, I think that's really important for me. It's like what they feel, not how it looks, because this is great about it, the technique is that you can always modify the exercises and kind of make it possible for everyone to do it. So as Charrette was saying before, that the exercises I was doing, people older than me or younger than me are able to do as well. I mean, it is possible for anyone to do this. It doesn't matter if you were tall, if you were short, if you were woman, man. It's good for anyone.
So what would you say to say a person comes in their mid-50s and really somewhere along the line, exercise-wise, they lost 20 years, and they're overweight, they sort of struggle to even walk quickly. Why? How would you get them into Pilates, and why would that be a good thing for them? Like, would that be a really hard thing for them to get into?
Well, I guess the first thing that I think of is Pilates focuses on the powerhouse, so that's the center of the body. And for me, there was a system which means that they get strong in their center, and then they get strong in their spine, and they work their way out to their arms and legs. And in doing that, it also just makes them, they feel better. They feel better feeling stronger in the middle. Just gives them more of a sense of, composure and well-being from feeling strong strong that way. And the movement is all, adaptable to where they are, so that it builds on itself. And I mean, there are people who are coming in who've said, because of doing Pilates, some of the exercises that I got into a helicopter. I never would have thought of getting into a helicopter, That would have been too scary, or the position would have made me feel nervous, and there was something else, but I do remember helicopters thinking, that's great, she would have missed that opportunity, so that's a really nice thing.
Yeah.
And the beauty about Pilates is that there is no time to start to do it. It's so different than the other activities. I mean, you can start any time in your life, any time, and you will, because the focus is, the well-being. So you can start in your 20s, you can start in your 80s, doesn't matter. There is a space. There is always something we can do for anyone. Usually, I mean, it's very, very often we get clients, they say, oh, my arm is not that great. And this is, again, my physio side saying, that's all right, I can work all the other parts of your body. It's not just about that arm that's not feeling 100%. And I can say that 90.9% of the time they leave the studio much better than they walked in, just because they could give up that time for them, to do something for them. No injury, no problems. So that's, it's not just physical, it is a really great internal shower.
Yeah. I'm also thinking of a person who's got a hip replacement, and there's a lot of cautiousness that comes with replacements, or different new parts of spines or arm, shoulders, and so they can come in and they're really apprehensive about, is this going to be okay for me? So I think they find that they also feel confident that the movement feels good. Sort of remarkable that they could even kind of tap into that kind of movement, that it's safe to do that it's not going to hurt them, where they've been really guarding and sort of staying out of that range of movement, thinking, oh, that won't be okay, and all of a sudden they find, like, oh, I can actually move in those ways that I didn't think that I could. So it makes them also feel that they are, again, safer out and about, because they now know, oh, it's okay if I actually turn my leg that way, or extend my leg, that it's not going to harm my hip.
How about the appeal for say somebody really fit in their mid-20s and, you know, at the moment doing all sorts of things at the gym and all sorts of sports. How's Pilates really going to help them?
You know, back in Brazil, I've heard that, you know, initially the ballerinas started doing Pilates like their resting time, their relaxation, and you think, oh, Pilates is so vigorous, but it is like that. I mean, for someone that works out really intense, Pilates brings the stretches and, you know, the calm down, the cool down part. So you can always, you know, do what the body needs on that day, or, you know, on that month, or, I mean, yeah, it is great for anyone.
It could also balance them, like if it's say a golf pro, it's Pilates is very balancing, it's very much about alignment and symmetry. But on the other hand, if somebody, you know, or if because they might be really strong on one side, we can do things to strengthen out the other side, give them stretches on one side versus the other.
So how do you think it would affect you if you weren't doing Pilates?
Oh, I feel it if I'm not doing Pilates.
So I'm thinking that if you think that you know you haven't done it for 10, you're who you are today physically, but in terms of you know you either never did it, or how would you be different? That's what I'm
If I had
asking.
never done Pilates.
Yeah.
I'd be a totally different person. I don't know. That's a hard question. How would I be different? I don't know if I would have gravitated to something else, you know, that would have the same sort of, possibly fill a similar sort of need to being a mind-body type of exercise, because I think I like that. But then on the flip side, I don't know if because I was doing Pilates, I became aware of that. You know,
So it's a chicken and egg thing. Yeah.
And for me, I would probably have so many injuries. I would be trying, you know, different sports, and yeah, I don't know. Yeah, just feel that Pilates is keeping me younger. Even though I'm 50, I look like good.